In our last update, which was on Friday, we had just seen the bounce of our support area, which was just above $109,000. I had opened a long position. I still hadn't implemented the take profit one because I still wanted to see higher prices as outlined right there. However, what I didn't want to see was for price to reach this support. Even though it was a support, I did say that reaching it would be a sign of weakness, but more importantly, I didn't want price to lose this support area. And what ended up happening is that after doing my update, we got one more high, but then price came back down, lost my support area, which was this one. Okay, so it lost this area, then found a bottom on Saturday, and now we are seeing a reversal to the upside. So of course I will recap everything I did, but I do have to say very quickly that predicting that this bullish candle would turn bearish, okay, so have a bearish close, find a bottom on Saturday, and then get a straight reversal higher, that was a bit hard to predict, I do have to admit, but in any case, let's recap what I personally did. So again, last week, we had predicted a lot of moves, and then what I wanted to see was again a drop into this support area to see a reversal to the upside. We got the drop into our support. That was the first reaction, but I hadn't longed it yet. But we dropped further into our support area. We got a reversal to the upside and a continuation higher, of course, and I was sitting in this very nice long position. And right after our update on Friday, I did decide to call it a week there because I expected higher prices. I was in my long position. However, I did take 30% off the table because I didn't love price action, okay? Price was being a bit too slow in my opinion. And in the end, what ended up happening is, as you just saw on the chart, we made another high and then got that dump to the downside. Personally, what I did is this was my first take profit, okay? So that was the first 30%. But then I had set an alert just on the fill of this imbalance because if we got the fill, I wanted to see what was happening to price. So when I opened my chart on my phone, I did see this very strong dump and I did decide to close the rest of my long position, still for a very nice win. But in the end, unfortunately, as you just saw, we found a bottom on Saturday and then got a reversal to the upside. But with that said, of course, we had our stream on Sunday. And what I want to see at this point was for price to come down, potentially take out that low, open a long position to see that reversal higher, hit our resistance at $112,300, and then also potentially see a rejection to the downside. But what ended up happening is that the weekend lows ended up holding and we moved up into our resistance. What was the logic behind it? Well, we had a 4-hour imbalance, we had a 12-hour imbalance, and most importantly, if we go on the 4-hour and take the volume profile of this entire range, we also had the value area low right below our level. Okay, once again, $112,300. And what happened is that we moved up into it. Okay, we moved up into it to the dollar. We got an extremely strong reaction. We had a 30-minute imbalance on Bybit, and on Binance, we had 2 imbalances and a 1-hour imbalance. So that was a very strong reaction, but then price reversed higher, made one more high, and then continued lower. And personally, again, what did I do? I was looking for that short, okay? I was simply waiting for either the resistance or the support to open a long or a short. We did reach that resistance first. I was waiting for the imbalances. We had the first imbalance on Binance, which is when I opened my short position, and it did make sense in my opinion to form the Monday high right there. But then price continued higher. I did give it a bit of time, but at this point everything was looking very strong. We didn't get any weak close, and I closed my short position, but right after it, well, we can go over to the charts. This is where I closed my short position, and right after it we got the reversal to the downside. But right now price again reversed once again higher. So a bit unfortunate what happened yesterday. I mean, I closed my short right at the highs, and then after it we got the reversal of just over 1.5%. So until now, this week has been a bit choppy. I mean, even when we got that first reaction, we got another move up, then another move down, and then another move up, and right now price is going sideways. So with all of that said, what can you expect next? Well, at this point, I do have to say I didn't really expect this strength to come this early in the week. So to me, at this point, I would expect higher prices. But of course, you cannot just open a blind long position. What support levels we have below us? Well, if we go on the 4-hour chart, we do have a 4-hour imbalance there. So I would say that we just have to hold around the midpoint of this candle, okay, which comes in at $112,300. So I will take that level and drop on the lower time frames to see if we have any confluence. We have a 1-hour imbalance there, and if you go on the 30 minutes, we have a 30-minute imbalance right there. So at this point, I think that if we take this area from $112,300 towards the open of this imbalance, which is also an hourly imbalance, I do believe that this would be a pretty interesting area for the day. And on top of that, of course, if we go back to that big volume profile, we will have the value area low just around this area, okay? So today, to me, that would be the big support. If price wants to continue higher, I could see something like this where we drop into it, okay? And if you get a reaction, then personally, I will open a long position for a reversal to the upside. Because at this point, I am heavily expecting this area to get reached around $115,000, which would still be a very big one, okay? So with that said, honestly, we can keep it very simple. I have one support area below us, which comes in around $112,200. That would be your support. If you can jump into it and you get a nice reaction, then this would offer very nice long positions for that reversal higher, hit $115,000, and then potentially get a reversal to the downside. But of course, if you break above it, I would expect much higher prices. But on the other hand, if we come back down and we lose the support area, then I would still be aware of the trade outlined on Sunday, which was to take out these lows. So I would still be aware of something like this, to come back down one more time, take out these lows, and then potentially get that reversal to the upside, okay? So with all of that said, that was mainly it for this update. Extremely simple, a quick recap. Personally, right now, I am expecting higher prices. Ideally, what we get would be a drop to the support and then a reversal to the upside. And of course, this would be a very big resistance around $115,000. So if we get that drop, we get a move up and you get a strong reaction up there, then this could offer a short position for a reversal to the downside. However, once again, if we come down and see weakness, then I would still be aware of that setup below these lows, take out these lows, and then see a reversal to the upside. So as usual, if you guys enjoyed this update, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.